So the disruptor rifle comes up in Lefty's hand, and Righty just kind of, even though he's like leaning against the railing, is like, we were told no disruptor, but it's a little late for that because the trigger has been squeezed, and a blast of disruption. Anyway, a blast of disruption.
Disruptor bolts?
I guess. I don't know. Flies for Tim as he's like hunkered down there on the ground. So short range, 1 difficulty, you're lying down, 1 setback die. I don't think I've got anything else I need to worry about.
No, just your conscience.
He's feeling pretty good, so I think I'll get a boost for that.
Why is he feeling good? I just shot his friend.
Oh, he doesn't care.
Wow.
He gets to fire his disruptor rifle even though he was told no disruptors.
Oh, what a jerk.
I mean, that's life. Nah, I won't give him a boost. Let's see what happens.
10 successes. 3. That's just as bad.
That is pretty bad. Wow. Okay, so that definitely hits Tim lying down on the ground.
Yeah, those 13 damage to Tim.
Minus your soak.
Yeah, -4.
I mean, you're not dead.
Not quite.
Unlike a certain other individual who would have been. History doesn't repeat.
Okay, so we've got 13 damage. I have 14 wounds and 4 soak, so math is happening. Yeah,
you got 5 left. You're good.
Yeah, you can take at least half of another hit like that.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Don't worry. I doubt it's going to last that long.
Tim's, the disruptors sort of permeate his armor and rattles around his middle-aged man bones. You can feel blisters rising on his skin, and he's like, "Oh, not again!"
Wait, he's been hit by disruptors before?
No, but he's been scarred by horrible acid, which is similar to getting struck by a disruptor bolt.
I'm wondering if it was that or if it was formication happening.
Tim is duly blasted.
Indeed he is. So Lefty quite proud of that, kind of like puts his rifle on his shoulder. Man, Criff the rules. Let's kill these guys. And then it is Watcher's turn.
Okay. Watcher sucks at fighting, and his gun is like a tiny little Derringer, like the blaster equivalent of a Derringer.
All right, good turn. So,
so what he's going to do is he's going to keep prone and basically cover his head with his arms, and then he's going to peer out across the roof and attempt to use his vast innate stores of knowledge to, because it's per encounter, and this would be a different encounter, right? So.
Is it?
Yeah, the last one was an encounter. This is an encounter.
So
totally an encounter.
Please nerf that ability if you're listening, which I know you are, Fantasy Flight Games.
Of course.
All right, go ahead.
He's going to identify a certain weak point in the taxi that, if it is struck, will, in the cinematic world, this doesn't frickin' happen in the real world, but in a cinematic world, if it's struck, the taxi will blow up.
Huh.
With driver taximan in it.
I meant the one they got out of.
Oh, all right.
You'd be stranded in Toastland forever. Okay, so you're using your the same talent as before?
Yes.
Okay. I guess roll it.
All right, that'll be 2 difficulty because it's an action. And education is normal, I think. Yeah.
Well, see,
Wow.
Because based on the way that it's written, isn't it always isn't the difficulty stated in the talent?
It is, but I was wondering which knowledge, because there's core world, education, lore, outer rim, but the education is probably the one. Not that it helped, so whatever.
I guess you don't really introduce, or maybe you know that there is something, but you can't quite recall it. I don't know. How do you want to spend your 2 advantages?
That's a good point. Gee, how would I even do that?
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily have to do something per the little table of what can you spend it on. You could certainly, if you want to introduce another narrative fact, depending on how big it is, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, if you shoot this one place, they totally explode. The guys, I mean, not the tax.
Yeah, they've got like thermal detonators strapped to their chest.
Maybe instead of, we're going to say that these taxis are particularly well built and they do not have such a cinematic plot device button to press. But perhaps in staring past them, Watcher notices the 2 guys ahead of them have some sort of maybe old wounds that they're kind of hiding, and or some sort of tactics or something of that nature. And we'll call out to Tim and Jason and say they're favoring their sides or something like that. So give them another boosty.
Well spotted. Tim groans.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So both of you will get a boost on your next attacks.
And with his maneuver, Watcher, well, no, he'll stay there because what better cover is there than Tim?
There's the taxi.
Or you could crawl off the building. You could launch onto the T.
Let's not do that.
Hang on the T like Luke at the end of Empire was hanging on that antenna.
I mean, that ended pretty well for Luke, so it's probably a great idea.
Yeah, sure did.
So
He's rescued by his friends in the Millennium Falcon.
right, and he got like an endless, or rather, a never tired hand, and who knows what he'd do with that. So righty,
the Millennium Feldman.
Nice. All right,
What's
so
righty?
Oh yeah, righty. So he kind of pushes off against the railing, and he's not happy with what the decision that Lefty has essentially made. That apparently their orders were not to kill you guys, but now they are. So he takes out his rifle. He's hurt. He's hurt pretty badly, in fact. So he kind of does a combat roll that doesn't quite work as expected. So rather than ending up behind your taxi, he kind of ends up prone on the ground instead, eating a fistful of gravel. And then he, since he's still got his rifle in his hands, he kind of squeezes a blast off at your collective mess.
Oh, not our mess.
That's right. Who's he going to shoot at? Let's find out. He's going to roll a 1d3.
Okay.
1 is Tem. 2 is Watcher. 3 is
Hooray!
Jason.
It's me!
That's right. Jason wins.
Glad I used that bodyguard maneuver.
On Watcher?
Yeah.
All right, so he just kind of squeezes off that blast. He doesn't have his disruptor rifle out. He's not a crazy man. He actually is. That's the real secret.
I couldn't tell.
They're all crazy.
That's my secret. I'm always a disruptor rifle.
Yeah, that's like Tim's wife saying that in a flashback.
Tim's never been married.
Well, there was a lot of spice that day, and that's how his face got scarred, because he made out with a disruptor rifle.
That's not how his face got scarred.
Like whatever thing he wants to tell people.
We know the truth.
Indeed. Same
He
price
talks
for
to,
me.
he talks to 2 blessed rivals on the couch. And that, kids, is how I met your mother.
Now that definitely hits poor Jason. as I like
Yeah,
to
but I
call him.
mean, it's not too bad.
Not terrible. You don't have any defense, do you?
No, just soak.
That works. So it's 8 damage minus whatever your soak is. They kind of
You
fires
have a-
off his shot.
Do people? Yeah, 3. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you got the soaks.
So 8
You aren't some kind of
3
group
is
of
5.
Jedi standing around in your robes.
Yeah.
So it's up to you
I'm-
where it hits. Maybe it like catches you in the shoulders since you're lying prone, probably facing this guy.
It just sort of carves a long line down my back, cutting me open, and also sealing me shut because it's a blaster fire.
Wow. It's an all-in-one
It's
service.
really unpleasant.
And now you're Pepe Le Pew.
Yes.
So we'll go back to the top of the order. We got a couple of PCs up. Do you guys want to keep the same order, or do you just want to claim it?
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. 4.
Tem is actually going to suggest that Jason try and finish off that guy, righty.
Righty.
Jason will take a shot at righty, but be warned, because it's gonna be crazy.
Can take an aim maneuver too.
Yeah, you certainly can.
Yeah, I could take an aim maneuver.
Do you want to aim?
Yeah. I'll aim.
right.
What's that
Well,
do? Add a boost die?
Yeah, that'll give you a boost die. Watcher is also giving you a boost die from before. The guy's prone since he fell on his face. So you get 1 setback die against him.
Okay.
Same difficulty as before.
Okay. Jason will bring up the scope of the 11 blaster rifle to his single eye. Nah, actually, I'll bring it up to the eye patch.
There's like a
And,
brief look of puzzlement on the on Righty as he sees this happen.
And blah, blah,
Holy
blah.
shit!
Shit. So that is 4 successes, a threat, and a triumph.
Oh,
I
so
actually
that's where the
put
spot
it-
was to make him explode.
I
apparently
accidentally put an
was.
extra black in there. Whoops. Oh well.
Hey, he can't use those words anyway. So that is a shit ton of damage. It's 13 damage and a triumph.
Yeah, what can I even use the triumph for there?
If you want, that's an instant crit.
Yeah, I'll take the crit. Oh, roll me up that critical damage.
All right, do it. Do a 1d100 for me.
Okay, we'll do.
Aren't there crit charts in this API?
Yeah, there are, but I want to use my.
Oh,
my,
you got a
GM
special
screen.
one. Okay.
Well, I just got a GM screen.
Oh, all right.
You learned a phrase GM screen earlier, now it's going to use
I know. I learned it. I'm just gonna throw it around in general conversation at work now. Hey guys, I'm not sure about your code, but maybe check the GM screen and see how we go. All right, you rolled a 62, which is slightly dazed. The target is disorientated until the end of the encounter, which is great. So he's seeing stars, and then everything kind of goes black because you just killed him.
Nice.
So Lefty kind of like looks up towards the stars for that brief moment before consciousness fades, and he kind of goes face down on the ground. He's dead.
Oh, man.
And
First life I directly took. Oh,
Nice
God.
shot, Jason. Nice shot.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
an awesome
goodness. I've become one of them.
death. Yeah, just keep in mind, I saw you first.
One of us.
Yeah. Smash cut to you guys like roasting that Rhodian from earlier over a fire.
Oh,
You
on
know,
a spit.
turning thick. Yeah.
I don't even like eating Rhodian. I'm just that evil.
Tastes like chicken. They're like frogs.
All right.
All right, so that man expires. We have another PC slot.
All right.
Did you
I'm
say
gonna-
Lefty was going to try to run? Or did I imagine that?
You definitely imagined that.
All right.
Lefty's even more excited to use his disruptor rifle now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see. Would we have better cover if we went behind the taxi?
From the perspective of the dice, no, you wouldn't.
All right.
It's a little
Um,
weird, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you'd think that would be more solid cover.
Oh, isn't there a negative from being in prone?
Yeah,
Oh.
if you're in melee combat, yes.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay. Well, Tem will, recovering somewhat from being shot by a disruptor rifle. He's not happy with that, so he brings his rifle up, and the little bipod mount grinds into the asphalt as he takes aim and attempts to shoot Lefty real good. So I'm gonna
Real
try
good.
that. Real good.
Real good.
Real good.
All right, roll the bones for me. It'll be the same as before.
There's one difficulty, one setback.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see what we got.
You don't. In fact, you've got a boost, I believe, from Watcher.
Yep, I do. I have remembered that.
Excellent. I'll just stop keeping
Ho-ho!
track,
3 successes
Uh-oh.
and 4 advantages.
which is enough to activate the critical if you wanted to.
Well, I am going to activate the critical with 3 of those advantages.
Oh, snap.
So to start off with, that is 13
Uh-huh.
damage as a point blank.
That's hefty.
Yeah, and we're going to do a crit. So I'll roll a D100 for you.
Yeah, I just wanted an excuse to use the GM screen. Otherwise, I never will.
47.
And that is a head ringer. The target increases the difficulty of all intellect and cunning checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
This is real useful.
I
I wish I had used those advantages any other way.
Although, do they get used up to activate it, or does it just happen?
You
It
have to
gets
use
used
them.
up.
All right, good, because that would be pretty OP otherwise.
Yeah. For an advantage,
Uh-huh.
no, it's 2 advantages to upgrade his difficulty, right? Or is it just 1?
It's 2, or a triumph.
Dang. All right, I had a cool idea, but never mind. So I blast him, and he is, struck full on center mass, because that's how they train. That's how they train the troopers. Theoretically, a lot of them are just really bad at aiming. But Tem's from an older generation where they actually trained harder, and that is going to. That is going to both damage him, but also, in addition to hurting him, the little goggles around his neck, they fly up from the force, and they get stuck in his mouth. So while he's dealing with that, that's going to give somebody an opening on their next attack. Another boost die there for them.
That's an interesting outcome. All right, so he is kind of stumbling back and gagging,
I mean, it's his turn anyway, but
and then he pulls him right out of his mouth. Yep.
well, it's still a boost die for somebody.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm trying to paint a word picture here.
Oh, how very wordy of you. So Lefty just, he's finally been hurt. So he kind of looks down at the scorch mark on his laminate armor, and then he kind of like cuts a glance over at his now deceased partner here. And he, there's that moment where maybe he's considering flight versus fight.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah, but instead he kind of grinds his teeth and doubles down.
Oh,
But his head's ringing and he can't make intellect checks, so he decides to fight instead.
I mean, that's a much better that's a much better way of describing it than I just did. So, D. Davis is your GM now.
Oh, welcome, D. Davis.
D. Davis.
Guys,
I'll be playing Jason now.
Okay, you guys have made a Death Star. How do you use it?
Okay, well, first off, obviously, we start exterminating all suspected rebel planets. Then we'll move on to Kashyyyk, because they're pretty uppity, so, you know.
Oh my god, guys, are we blowing up planets now? This is not what I signed up for.
Jason, the blood of a million Wookiees is now directly on your hands.
Oh my god, why did they make me push the button?
Because you didn't assert yourself.
Oh no.
Anyway, back to Smug Beans.
Anyway. Oh, what a grim look at the future for you guys. Let me jot that down for later. All right, so he head ringing. Lefty decides to double down. He just kind of grinds his teeth and spits words out as he again brings that disruptor rifle up to his shoulder. Never should have missed.
Yeah, we got it.
And he's gonna shoot again. Are the three of you still just kind of hunkered together on the ground?
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of.
Damn. All right, we're gonna 1d3 this.
And he's got us pinned against the edge of the building here.
Let's watch her.
Hooray!
All right, now you've got a bodyguard on Watcher, right?
That ended at the start of my turn, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
No, sounds like you didn't. All right, Watcher, you have any defenses at all?
I do. Range defense, so that'd be 2 black. Yeah, the one thing I could actually splurge on was armor.
Hot dog.
Hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like over here.
I like to remind myself to double check later whether those actually stack, but we're gonna go with it. Because they got weird stacking rules here, and then they are normally saying, no, nothing stacks for defense.
Well, this isn't defense, it's...
Yeah, exactly. You're prone and you've got a defense. So to me, that sounds like it should work. You think you can just cut me off like that? I'm gonna kill you all for the voiceless dial. He can't even finish his own words before the disruptor blast just kind of muffles the rest of what he was saying.
All
right,
don't
2 black,
kill
1 purple.
Watcher.
Thanks, Black Die.
I mean, it could have been so much worse.
Very true.
Not really. So that is just a lone success. So 11 damage minus soak.
What is my soak? I don't
You
even
have
know.
a 3 soak.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, don't worry. I looked earlier. And for his movement, he's advancing on you guys.
So he's engaged?
No, not quite.
He's just menacingly advancing on us.
Yeah.
I see.
He's slowly getting closer. Unless you guys want him to be engaged, which he certainly can be.
I'm good.
We shall find out. All right, so moving on, we've got another PC slot. We've got 1 left.
Yeah, Watcher, having taken the shot from the disruptor rifle, and well, he's only got 12 wounds, so it's not exactly a pleasant experience to be shot, even when you have high wounds.
Yeah, and disruptors suck.
Yeah. So, hissing in pain, he's going to reach for his little shitty pistol, and since using his brain didn't work out for him, he's going to try the shooting thing. Only this time, I'm going to try something a little fancy, and I'm going to use
Oh.
the other use of aim to aim for this guy's legs.
Oh, snap. That increases the difficulty, I believe.
It does.
And is it by 1 or is it by 2? Since you're
It's by 2 if you take only 1 maneuver, but I'm going to take strain, 2 strain,
Oh.
to take a second maneuver so that it's only 1 black die.
Is it a setback or is it an increase in difficulty?
I'm pretty sure it's a setback. I'm not entirely sure.
Now I gotta look it up. And I blame that damn podcast.
What about it?
The way that they do it in note to cut this out. The way they do it in campaign that I've heard, they increase the difficulty.
Wow. This says if he spends 2 consecutive maneuvers aiming the combat check, he suffers 1 setback die instead.
That's
what I'm doing.
What page is that on?
Page 202. Or 201, actually. That's 202 on the PDF, I guess.
Is that Edge of the Empire or?
Yeah, Edge of the Empire. It's the one I had open.
Look, I had Age of Rebellion open, which is what we're playing.
I should, but I don't.
It's all good.
Because that totally legal copy of things is has bad bookmarks.
Oh, really?
I think they are. Hello, Toby.
Hi, Toby.
Hi, Toby.
Woof, 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 woof.
Well, yeah, sure enough, setback guys. Okay, all right, good. We're good. No, screw you, campaign. You were wrong.
Okay, we got it.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're good.
1 purple, 1 black. Huzzah.
Well, you definitely hit him.
Success and 2 threats.
2 threats. Where were you aiming for again? His bad leg?
His leg. Want to put him on the ground.
What kind of ground? Is it the asphalt ceiling you want to put him on, or like the ground far, far below?
No, he's no longer near the edge, so just on the ass steel. That's
Yeah,
what I recall.
so he will kind of fall to one knee.
All right.
And your 2 threats is that he performs a maneuver to go prone. So you guys are like 5 feet from each other, all on the ground.
Crawling towards each other. Tim's like,
That's right.
just like old times.
All right, and through his armor, he takes a bit more damage, or a soak rather. All right, that NPC slot is no longer there, so we're back at the top of the order. We got a couple of PCs.
Who wants to start the dance of doom?
You guys go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll begin the dance of doom then.
Do it, Tim. I believe in you.
Tim lowers his eye to sight along the iron sights of his rifle again and just looks at the guy and says, "And you shouldn't have messed with us." And taking an aim maneuver, fires like
Who are you guys?
the 3 feet between the barrel of his gun and that guy's head.
No, that's too close. That's engaged. You've moved your barrel into engaged.
All right, so that's 2 setback now, right?
For his armor and the prone, yes.
All right.
Just 1 difficulty.
Can I add a boost die because crawling around in the dirt, firing at enemies is very reminiscent of Tem's time in the Clone Wars.
Is it really?
Definitely. He always got out there in the dirt.
Tell me what he did that was reminiscent of this.
Tem was a dashing young captain who was never actually supposed to go out and join his clones, but he always did anyway, because he was so fond of the Empire's slave soldier army.
All right.
So there was one time where he was deployed with the clones, and
what planet are we on?
Let me just check that for you.
It's fine, keep going.
They're on the planet Carcassonne, and they were setting up an ambush for a squad of clankers that was coming through, and that required them to actually like dig into the dirt and wait just like under a pile of just dirt until the robots, the droids rather, were entering into a box canyon. A dead end like they've got at the edges of this building here. And then they all had to at once fire, Civil War style, into the droids from nearly point blank range.
Okay, all right, you can have your boost die.
It was a rousing success.
Was it?
Definitely.
All right, and how much of this is like a spice dream for him?
He's never taken spice.
I don't know, we'll see about that.
There's 5 advantages.
Wow. What can you do with 5 advantages?
I didn't hit him, so I guess I can't disarm him.
No, that is, yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, I think you do have to succeed to disarm, right?
I don't know about disarm, but you can't critical at least unless you hit.
All right.
I mean, I could. I've not looked it up. I'm just kind of thinking about it, which is always wrong, I guess. But I could definitely see you shooting the gun out of his hands and not causing any damage to him.
Yeah, I mean, if I can, I'd like to spend some of those advantages to, carefully disarm him, blast his rifle away from him, so that he can't immediately disrupt me, and he'd have to get up to get it back. I have an alternate suggestion if that's too radical for the advantages.
I mean, I like it.
At
I'm
the end of the
definitely
day,
not checking the PDF right now.
The 3 advantages chart says force the target to drop a melee ranged weapon it is wielding, and it doesn't say anything about dealing damage to a target, which is something that something else says.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense to me, that you'd be able to disarm him.
All right, so I'll use those 3 advantages to blast the rifle out of his hand. As for the rest of them, the shot, I fired it pretty low, so it sort of blasted into the asphalt as well, creating a cloud of smoky, dusty debris in front of him, so that he'll take a disadvantage on a setback rather on his next attack.
All right.
And Tem will say, "Blast him," because that's what stormtroopers say.
You said that already.
I know. Do it again.
Yes, Tem was known for repeating himself a lot during his time in the war.
Jason will pipe up, "Affirmative, sir!" Because he's suddenly feeling real militaristic.
He's living his dream.
It's just easier to follow orders, isn't it?
It feels right. Feels too right. So he'll take an aim. He'll aim it up.
Okay.
And he'll fire his blaster rifle at Lefty. And hopefully Lefty will become not so lefty anymore.
Well, if you get a right critical, you could indeed take his hand right off. Or left off.
That went well.
Yeah, that didn't go so well. You failed to hit him, unfortunately, and
Oh, well, I am a stormtrooper, so
So you do keep adding 1 extra purple that you're not supposed to.
Yeah, you
Oh,
gotta
really?
stop doing that.
I thought.
Short as
When
one
did it
purple.
become one?
Yeah, no, it's just one purple.
You
You
told
know
me.
what? No,
Told me two purple
no,
at the
I
beginning.
told you repeatedly one purple.
You did not.
Oh,
That
The first
Okay.
thing you,
correct.
I think the first time you did tell us 2, but subsequently it was 1.
doesn't sound right.
He
No.
didn't ever change it.
You know what? You know what? Leave this in the YouTube video. If anyone heard me tell them 2 purple, let me know in the comments below.
All
They're
right.
gonna say, yeah, Smug, you totally
mean,
said two purple.
Yeah, but then I'll call them nerds and I'll offer to fight them. I mean, it's a win-win.
So what you're saying is that Jason should re-roll that entirely.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, fine.
All right. The mulligan. Holy shit! What a difference a dice can make.
It was literally-
triumphs.
I was literally just taking a sip of tea and spat it out.
Wow. Well, while Art cleans that up,
No, it's
the
everywhere.
re-roll. 2 successes, 2 advantages, and a triumph. This is your chance to take his hand off if you want to.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you want to
sure.
roll, you want to roll them critical bones again.
Sure, buddy. Just
Oh, you're just gonna give him like diaper rash. His
Well,
criticals
you
are
might-
terrible.
You might not be far off.
Well, because he already has a critical, right? You add 10 to that.
Oh, 41, yeah.
Right, 41.
Is that another head ringer?
I think it is. Get the same one.
No.
It's very close.
No, it's even better, right? You ready for this?
Sure. Lay it on me.
41 to 45 is bowled over. The target is knocked prone and suffers 1 strain.
Let's stop using triumphs for criticals.
How does he get more? It's bold. He gets more prone. He becomes 1 with the roof.
Yeah, he also
Flip.
takes 12 damage.
He does. Let's see. What else could you have done? You could have upgraded a check. You could have done something vital. Do you want to do something vital instead, D-Davis?
No, I think bowling him over is
Okay,
I
so
already re-rolled because of confusion, so
all right. You got 2
I'm gonna just-
advantages as well.
I guess I'll pass those on to Watcher for a boosty boost.
Like boosts.
All right, you just shot him in the gonads. That's how he's now bowled over.
I'm so sorry, man.
He enters like a fetal position,
Never
kind of.
apologize for shooting a man in the nards.
Don't mess with my balls.
He's growing delirious.
Now's your chance.
Perhaps so. Now he gets up. He kind of still like, he's on his last legs. It's very clear. He's got 1 hand down below. He's got no weapon in his hand now. And he just kind of makes, maybe he's part of that reenactment group. He makes 1 last charge, holding a vibro knife in his hands.
Okay. Vibro knife.
Yep. And I'm going to leave this to randomness since you're like a pile of flesh.
What a pile of flesh. Tem is hunkered in front of Watcher.
Like a pile of flesh. Well, that worked out.
Yeah. It's gonna be
So
10
Tim's the
then.
one. Tim's the one that's like at the forefront. So he gets up. He starts moving. He's suffering some strain to do so, and he kind of brings the vibro knife off of his belt. Goes charging at Tim, and just kind of brings it down with 1 hand since the other is occupied. Tries to just kind of bring it right down into Tim's body mass.
You got that setback from the stuff?
I got all kinds of things for this. 2 difficulty since we're now engaged.
Congratulations. That's our 1 joke.
I look forward to it. God, you think I would keep this guy's sheet open? That'd be a lot easier.
You can pop them out into separate windows.
I mean, I could.
That's what I did with Thames eventually.
So let's see. One, you're still prone, but for melee, that's a negative. Gives me a boost, right?
I don't know.
They're looking at Steve across the internet.
Yeah. Though I do have to question if we're going to be strictly based on rules here. How
Tell
does
me.
he get up, draw his knife, and then also close to engage?
Oh, you're such a bitch.
Uh,
All right, he's still coming towards you. He doesn't attack.
Does he tell us about the Voiceless Diathim again?
You shouldn't mess with the voiceless.
And at that point, I'm going to shoot him right in the diaphragm.
If you can, oh.
The Voiceless
Calling your shot
Diaphragm.
again.
Okay, I'll call a shot again.
No, just go ahead and shoot him.
Okay.
You'll end up hitting him in like the hand that's cradling what's left of his balls.
That poor guy. Does he kill? Or, sorry, does he still count as short?
He's moved into engage with Tem. No,
Well-
he can't. God, you bitch. How many maneuvers was I taking? Good God, I was like,
It was like 3 maneuvers.
It's
well,
like
you can take another maneuver instead of your action. So taking
You
the
can only ever
strain, I
take-
guess that was okay.
you can only ever take 2, no matter how you
Really?
get it.
Even if you
Yeah.
take strain?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's only ever 2.
Bizarre.
Even Basilisk and other multi-armed species can only take 2 maneuvers.
All right. Well, rewind. He is standing up and he's got his knife out. He's still at short range.
All right, I will shoot.
The
Yay!
voiceless death.
I shoot him right in his
Probably.
stupid diaphragm.
Did you use your boost die?
I did not, but okay. So it's one, just one.
This one
Yeah,
that
boost
was
die.
the one.
Hey!
I mean, he's got armor, so setback die.
Get yourself a success, a triumph, and 2 advantages.
Okay,
Oh,
just one.
okay,
advantage.
one advantage.
One advantage.
Success, a
You
triumph,
know-
and advantage.
You know what? While you're doing that, a bird flies by and you're a little distracted.
There aren't any birds on Nar Shaddaa. They've all died.
Of course, there are
The
birds.
loft cats killed them all.
The birds are made out of mice.
Oh, I see.
I should flip a dark side point to make that a fact, but I won't. Yes, we're getting really bad at the light side.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you want to just hit him right in the diaphragm.
Right in the breadbasket. Yeah.
All right. So you plug him right there. It happens. What are you doing with your crit, by the way?
I guess I'm critting him because why not?
Didn't we just have a conversation about this?
All right, 1d100 plus 20 at this point.
Damn.
Oh shit!
Whoa. 89.
Oh my god, this is gonna knock him prone.
Stubbed toe.
The higher
Enemy-
ones can get pretty nasty.
Yeah,
the Enemy other one is- gets
very nasty.
Enemy is slightly uncomfortable and makes an angry noise.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. 89 is compromised. Increase
Okay.
difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
That's not
Uh,
bad.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I
alright.
mean, it's better if it lands earlier rather than later.
Yeah,
but it's not
yeah.
bad. All right, so you hit him. There's kind of like an exhale of air from his midsection. I feel like that's how anatomy works. And
Totally.
yeah, definitely. And he's still gonna keep coming towards you, but you've kind of all got a chance now to dogpile him.
Yeah, Tem stands up to meet the guy approaching him with a knife. But Indiana Jones style, he just shoots him. I don't get to aim with that because I already took my maneuver to stand up.
Hmm.
All right, so that's
At this point, it's more like RoboCop.
Your move, creep. I'm Ed Harris.
Oh, yeah, Ed Harris. Thank you.
okay. 2 successes and an advantage. That's 12 damage.
Nice.
Is he still standing?
He's slowing down even further.
This guy. I
look forward to the comments of people adding this up. It's like, why do these guys have more wounds than Rancors? To which
Okay.
I'll go, shh, you don't know what his soak is. All right, and we got one more PC slot.
Yeah, I'll probably shoot him as well.
Well, you get an advantage from Tem looking so dashing as he stands and shoots him at nearly point blank range. It's real inspiring. Hero of the Clone Wars here.
Yep.
I'll continue to aim with my eye patch, just looking down the scope.
Tem begins to suspect that Jason doesn't actually need that eye patch.
I look forward to you ripping it off his face at some point.
Wow. Wait. Well, that black dice doesn't matter.
It's a wash. Jason keeps hitting this guy.
You got a success and an advantage.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I don't. What do you do with one advantage?
Boosting.
You clap for yourself. And it's as Jason is clapping like that Lefty falls to his knees and then falls face down in the dirt, probably right around Tim's boots.
Oh gosh, did I kill both of them?
I think you did.
Good job, Jason.
We'll make a stormtrooper out of you yet.
Oh, that sounds nice, but also, oh no.
Tem nudges the guy with his boot.
He doesn't move.
All right, Tem goes and picks up the disruptor rifle.
The disruptor rifle is broken.
That's all right. He picks it up anyway.
All
he knows the guy now.
Oh, you do. You're right. All right, so you guys have just killed these two guys from the Voiceless Diathim, or so they claim. Probably were part of it. You've got a taxi that's kind of floating there, but it's probably going to drive off in a second. You've got a partially wrecked taxi that is tethered to a T.
With an unconscious
and
guy.
A couple of you are kind of shut up.
Yeah, Tem's definitely limping now. He's like, Watcher, I want to check if that guy's blaster is any better than yours, and let's see if we can find anything useful on their bodies. I'm going to try and grab this taxi. Or maybe Jason, you should grab that taxi. You're a pilot.
Yeah, do you mean the busted up one or the one that's about to drive off?
Let's fly in style.
Okay. I guess I'll try and fly down.
Yeah, it definitely drives off right as you get there.
Never mind.
And like Jason can faintly hear from inside the taxi, you shouldn't have messed with this.
I shoot the taxi. I shoot the taxi.
All right, roll it. It's at long range now.
That's fine. It's also a larger silhouette than me, so I get a boost die for that.
Dude, so go for it if you want. Oh, I hope you're doing this.
Yeah, I'm doing this. I got a success and 2 advantages.
All right, so you hit the taxi in the back, right near its exhaust.
Yeah.
And then it kind of careens into a oncoming traffic. And it kind of starts the equivalent of a terrible domino effect.
Tem nods. All right, let's go.
Well,
Do these guys have anything Voiceless Diathim related on their bodies?
Yeah, Watcher's gonna root through their pockets because he has no qualms about searching corpses.
Okay, Righty has a data pad, has your faces on it. Not Watcher's though. Not Watcher's face. It's got Tem, Jason's, and Dr. Vex from your time inside the apartment complex.
Ah.
Interesting.
Because repercussions. Beyond that, there's probably some more stuff on the data pad, but nothing that's going to be too useful. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe not tonight. And beyond that, they just got their weapons, which are kind of just a standard. One of them had a heavy blaster pistol, the other had the disruptor rifle, which is now Busto, and the vibro knife.
Even
and
though
beyond
he
that,
specifically stated that it was not damaged. That's fine. That's fine.
Wait, who? What?
When I shot out of his hand, you're like, it's not damaged. It's fine. It got damaged in the interim, narratively.
Yeah, because I'm not going to let you have a disruptor rifle. It's that simple.
And you shouldn't have attacked me with one, smug.
Well, all right. I'll be like another GM we know. You find nothing. Forever and nothing.
What is going on? You guys need some counseling?
The data pad.
Got a lot of dust in the barrel, and it doesn't work now.
It's fine. I've got my diorama modeling tools at home. No big deal.
The voiceless diorama? Is that?
My God, Tim was part of them all along.
They're my favorite.
Beyond that, they between them they got like 150 credits.
Watcher will swipe that. Also the data pad. He's not going to bother with the gun because he sucks, so he'll just stow his Derringer. And yeah, let's get out of here in our shitty car.
And Tim will pick up the blaster pistol and toss it to Jason. Soldiers should always have a sidearm.
Sure, it's quicker to fire your sidearm than reload. That's what I learned today.
Yep.
Anyway,
playing Space Titanfall on the ship.
Jason will thrust Cabby onto the roof and out of the taxi. That sucks because we don't need him anymore. And hop into the front seat of Cabtown. Honk honk.
Driver Taximan is still alive, right?
Yes, actually, he is. He's passed out though.
Now he's passed out on this roof.
I don't like leaving him behind.
Why?
Well, apparently there's some sort of access. We established that people come up here all the time.
He did try and kill us.
He did do that.
I mean,
you can drag him along with you if you want.
If we were operating officially, I could turn him into the Imperial authorities, but I don't know.
Don't we have his card?
Yeah.
Is it a real card?
For Driver Taximan? Sounds like a real name to me.
It is definitely a card.
Can you find anything about this guy on the Holonet? Watcher? Watcher?
Sorry, give him a moment.
What am I doing?
I know. Let me simplify it. If Jason gets in the front seat, there's going to be an actual like taxi driver's license that was supposed to be on display, and it's not the guy that's on the ground right now.
Oh,
he's from the Voiceless Diathim.
What's the name of the guy whose taxi this really belongs to?
It is Cabby Sander Rend.
Cabby Sander Rend. Okay.
Yeah, that name sounds made up. Driver Taximan, that was a convincing name.
Yeah, right. Definitely was.
Tim will use some binders on this guy and toss him in the back seat.
Okay.
All right, so he's taking up most of the back seat.
That's fine.
Watcher will sit on his back, and Tim and Jason gets right up front.
Yeah, Tim's going to sit in back with him with his sidearm drawn.
So we're both set on
You can sit. You can sit shotgun.
him.
Both of you can sit on him if you want. So as you're driving along, he dies because 10's a little heavy. No, I'm kidding.
Also, we should probably deactivate that gas thing.
I assume it's not on anymore.
It's run out of gas by now.
Okay.
Maybe Jason can press the gas off button anyway.
Probably. I mean, it's probably a gas off button.
All right. So you all pile in and you fly away.
We do.
With sirens coming up behind you.
Dark music swells.
Yep, you guys escape, and that's the end of tonight's session.
Okay.
We did it.
Yeah.
I killed 2 people.
I got shot
Yay.
with the disruptor. So did Watcher.
I did too.
There you go, and you survived it this time. So next time I shoot your Toydarian with one, you better lift the stakes
Raise?
and not literal lifting it.
Okay.
And then the stakes get hit by disruptors and are cooked nicely.
Okay,
Next
perfect.
time you get hit by a disruptor, we'd better be all in.
I fold. All right, good session, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for running, Smug.
You're welcome. We will return next time for another episode of Stillwaters.
Credits roll. Until the next time, all the best.